Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Beyond the Veil Tarot and Astrology. My name is Candace Marie, and I am back at it with your monthly horoscope for August of 2025. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm excited to be here. Honestly, August is a cosmic roller coaster this month. We're going to be seeing a lot of stuff going on. We've got some bold Leo vibes, obviously, and a game-changing Aquarius full moon. Now, Mars is going to be shaking things up in the sign of Libra, and I'll be breaking down your personal signs horoscope with a focus on the month ahead, where it is kind of hitting in your houses, what's going on with your chart ruler, and how to make sense of it all. So please enjoy these personalized horoscopes for your sun, moon, or rising sign to slay August's energy. Now, you guys can take a look at this list right here. These are all the transits that I'm going to be going through for your horoscope this month. Equally, they're going to be down below in the description if you would like to make a copy of them. But the major highlights, obviously, month kicks off with the sun in Leo, and then we're going to see Mars entering into Libra on August 6th. We'll have a full moon in Aquarius at 16 degrees. That'll be taking place on August the 9th. Now, Mercury will be going direct in Leo, which means the Mercury retrograde's over. Still have a little bit of shadow. That'll be taking place on August 11th. And the longly anticipated, Venus conjunct Jupiter in Cancer, also on August 11th. Now, the sun then shifts into Virgo on the 22nd of the month, and we will see the first of two Virgo new moons, okay? So that's kind of rare and unusual. The second one will be a solar eclipse in September of 2025. So knowing that we're about a few short weeks out from coming into September's eclipse season, know that some of you guys might start feeling the rumbles of change. So in particular, if you have any personal planets or placements in the signs of Virgo or Pisces, that's what you guys are really going to be wanting to look for. Now, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. And without further ado, let's get started. Sag and Sag rising, welcome to August 2025. Obviously, you know that this is your adventure season. Your focus this month is going to be on career and big picture growth. So you're going to find that Jupiter, your chart ruler, is still moving through the sign of Cancer in your natal 8th house. And this is really significant this month because you're going to see a Jupiter-Venus conjunction, and this will be taking place around August the 11th, obviously bringing you some kind of luck when it comes to your shared resources, as well as transformation and intimacy. So it can be some good news revolving around investments, major changes also in regards to real estate, anything finance related, and changes in the family. So look forward to that and get ready to expand your horizons in August. Now, the month is going to kick off with the sun going through the sign of Leo, and it's in your 9th house in a fellow sister fire sign. So you're really enjoying this transit. You've had it since last month in July. What this does is it really highlights traveling, learning, as well as beliefs, and everything is getting lit up here. So whether you're taking classes, you're going places, you're learning things, it's all about expanding the mind. And what you really want to focus on is some kind of like philosophical growth and kind of glow up that's taking place. Now, on the 6th of the month, you're going to see Mars move into the sign of Libra. This is going to be friendly with Sagittarius. It makes some sextiles to your sign. And you are going to see Mars really kind of lighting up the part of your chart that deals with friendship. So energy will surge here, as well as your goals. Now, Mars can sometimes be a little secretive or deal with the subconscious. It can also be bringing up themes that are connected to the 5th house of playmates, romantic partners, younger people, and creative collaborations. So as Mars goes through this particular house for about 6 weeks, this is really about rallying your crew, just avoiding any potential group drama. So enjoy the social drive there. Now, you will see Mars come into several harsh aspects with planets in Aries, and it is rather challenging for all of the signs. But one thing I can tell you is that Mars in opposition to Saturn in the 11th and the 5th house is bringing up some kind of tension. And the tension is going to be about group goals, what your friends are doing, what other people's lives are like, what their goals are, and how that might be potentially impacting, affecting something revolving around your personal joy or your kids, right? They might not be playing well with other kids on the playground. There can also be lots of social demands, and you can be asking yourself, well, can I show up and go to the party? Do I have a babysitter? Am I not feeling like I want to break away from a creative project or a relationship to go and join the crowd? So find balance when it comes to your connections on the 8th. Now, there will be a full moon in Aquarius taking place, and this is going to be happening for you on August 9th. And this is in your 3rd house. And the 3rd house is connected to communication. It's about learning. It's also about short distance trips, siblings, contracts, and gadgets. So when you have a full moon here, it's where the sun in your 9th is opposing the moon in the 3rd. And it brings some kind of major spotlight to how we think, right? And when you have a full moon here, I'm kind of anticipating that this is a time where you're really feeling the need to speak your truth. This could be in conversations with friends. It could also be in your community. You could be finishing a website. You can be really putting a spotlight on any kind of media. Now, what's interesting about this full moon, which will be at 16 degrees. So if you have anything Sagittarius, 15, 16, 17 degrees, it'll sextile. The ruler of this particular full moon is Uranus, and Uranus is now in your opposite sign, Gemini, in the 7th. So obviously express yourself with a sense of clarity, but I think this is also about conversations you have with, relatives. It can also be with neighbors, conversations maybe that you have with partners about trips and planning and any social connections. And communicating and keeping an open mind about some of the changes that are going on in relationships. Now, on the 9th of the month, you're going to see then Mars come into an opposition with Neptune in Aries. And this is bringing up that same tension between other people, creative collaborators, networks, as well as you and your own personal joy and happiness. I feel like there can be some confusion. There can be some challenges, especially in group dynamics. Or anything that's in terms of like creative projects. So this is a time where you really want to ground your vision and have clear passion when it comes to what you're doing with other people, what you're hoping or desiring to kind of achieve, and watch for some misunderstandings and kind of, people being a little pushy and taking things a little too far maybe in social dynamics. And you're like, wow, I'm not really sure if these are the kind of people I want to kind of hang out with or be around. Have you really second guessing some of your friends? Now, you will find on the 11th of the month, there is going to be a Mercury direct, and this will be in Leo. So the Mercury retrograde will end, which is good news because communication will begin to clear up. Now, for a lot of Sag and Sag risings, Mercury has since July been retrograde in this house, which has created a sense of changing directions, with education, with your belief system, maybe returning back to school, maybe dealing with legal matters, and also maybe some delays in travel, or you've been holding off planning a trip or taking a course. So now this clears up. You have the opportunity to kind of see, okay, now I can book the trip. Now I can take the flight. And you're feeling like a little bit more confident in maybe your thoughts or your beliefs about relationships. If there has been any stalls with education or with legal matters, now they can begin to kind of move forward. And Mercury rules your relationships. So it can mean that there is a turning point with a partner. There's a turning point with a client. And if those of you guys who are Sag or Sag rising, they're experiencing some relationship turbulence, we could see that turn around. And others are going to be kind of seeking counsel or looking for some like legal support. So you can see that be a theme also with Mercury going direct. All right, then on the 11th of the month, we're going to see Saturn sextile Uranus and Gemini. So Saturn is hanging out in your creativity house. This is about dating, self-expression, joy, children. And it is now sextiling Uranus in Gemini. So some of you guys are finding that this is about creative discipline, being brought on by innovations in your partnership. So things like working with a manager, working with a business partner, working with a creative collaborator. But others are finding that this is about you getting more serious about children, or serious about matters of the heart, or serious about your own happiness. And that is actually prompting more kind of unexpected change and shifts with relationships. I do think that this can be harmonious because it's a sextile, so it can be better communication that you can be having with, romantic partners, self-expression, and communication with younger people. Now, on the 11th of the month is that lucky transit we've all been waiting for, the Venus-Jupiter conjunction in Cancer. Jupiter's your chart ruler, so it does have an impact on you personally. And Venus is a benefic. So we're seeing, an exalted Jupiter meeting with Venus in Cancer in the 8th house. For me, this seems like it feels very sensitive. Like the 8th house can mean that give and take, that karmic exchange. It can also mean that there is like a level of like more vulnerability. But the 8th house can be your partner's money. It can be shared finances. It can be things involving taxes, involving inheritance, also anything connecting to investments. So Venus is going to be about your goals. It's also strongly tied to health and wellness. So it can mean that you're investing in your health. You're investing also in things that are going to make you happy, or your long-term goals are coming to fruition. This can be a day where you get a windfall, or you get a bonus, or you get a boost, or somebody is more generous with you. One thing I can tell you is that this is going to be a very deeply transformative transit, and likely there is going to be some kind of abundant change. Now, on the 22nd of the month, you are going to see the sun leave Leo and go into Virgo. And now it's going to be highlighting your 10th house, which deals with your career, your reputation. And Virgo is an earth sign, right? It is all about kind of organizing your goals here. It's also about having much more practical kind of focus when it comes to your professional life and getting your professional life in order. Now, what's cool is that the next day on the 23rd, you're going to have a new moon here. So new moons are opportunities to plant new seeds. Obviously, Virgo is a sign that squares you. It's 10th house to your sun, moon, or rising. So it does represent a challenge, but new moons are saying, hey, we can really kind of get organized now. We can really focus on setting intentions for a new career chapter. Embrace this with a sense of fresh ambition. Know that the universe has blessed us with 2 new moons in Virgo. One of them we're going to have this month on the 23rd at 0 degrees, which is the very beginning process. Next month, we're going to have a solar eclipse new moon at 29 degrees of Virgo. So I've heard from a lot of my Sag and Sag risings, I just have to change jobs. I have to get out of what I'm doing. I want to do something different. I want to launch a business. I want to change direction. So you'll see lots of change in this kind of arena over the next 2 months. Now, on the 25th of the month, you're going to see that Venus is then going to go into Leo, and it's going to move into your 9th house. Well, I like this for you because really you're going to be indulging more in travel, something you love, in culture and anything that's connected to learning or education. Opportunities to travel with friends, maybe connect and collaborate or learn with groups can be another theme, especially if it's going to be about focusing on relationships or anything that's going to be kind of connected to health or healing. So I think you're really going to kind of look forward to this transit. And some of you guys, I think, will be traveling, especially because it's going to be kind of dancing with your personal planets. And it's also going to be coming into some trines with Saturn and Neptune in your 5th. So magnetic exploration is the theme. Now, on the 28th of the month, you're going to see Uranus sextile Neptune. And this is going to be from your 7th to your 5th house. And what this is bringing up is more of that sudden changes and innovation in relationships or spontaneous people kind of coming into your life that can actually really make your heart sing. The sextile to Neptune can be more dreamy. It can be more about navigating relationships in an intuitive way, creative insights that you have, and feeling very inspired and connected to other people. So in a nutshell, Sagittarius, that Mars in Libra transit can be beneficial for you for getting social and getting active. And really leading a group project. The key here is to avoid any personal drama around the 8th of August. Really focus on team building exercises to get through that opposition. The full moon in Aquarius in your 3rd house is really highlighting for you speaking your truths and sharing ideas and really asking yourself, what is it that I have to say? And that could be online, that could be in writing, that could be in connection and communication with partners. on the Jupiter-Venus conjunction, I do expect that there is going to be some significant financial or personal growth. I would just say be open to change. And usually with the 8th house, something kind of is taken away and something is given. So what you'll find is that even if there is certain changes, or maybe even, because Venus is connected to Mars, changes with friendships or relationships, cutting certain people or things out of your life can actually promote a lot of growth. And then obviously with that new moon in Virgo, set intentions for your career, maybe update your resume. This can be a great time to be connecting with bosses or looking for a new job. And I advise you guys to really, remind yourself that this is a moment to step into your personal power. This new moon can be a little bit more tricky for some of the mutable signs because it is going to square Uranus in the 7th house. So that it means that part of this change that's going on with your professional life, your career, the direction with your job, is also kind of being brought on by sudden changes with other people. So it can be status relationship changes, which is the 10th house new moon. It can mean that you're working with a recruiter or a coach or a guide or somebody to kind of help you find the right place in the workspace, right? So Sag, August is all about exploring these big ideas and shining at work. Jupiter's got your back, and I really feel like he is going to be blessing you this week. So this month in August. So let's see what the cards have to say for your tarot for August. Oh, nice. You get the star card. Okay, it's kind of shiny. Sorry, you get the star card. Healing, right? Therapeutic stuff. This is also about finding community, balance, wish fulfillment. And Aquarius is a sign that deals with wishes. So when we see full moons that are happening in Aquarius, there can be wish fulfillment, when we say action kind of going on in the 11th house, right? Going after our goals, making them a reality. So I really feel like for you, the full moon is going to be probably a lot of communicating and sharing with your community, or, really kind of tapping into media, social media, sharing with other people, maybe contacting others, invitations for gatherings, and an opportunity for you to maybe, really connect and collaborate with others. Because I feel like, the 11th house is the audience and the 5th house is the stage. And maybe you might feel like if you're not ready to share what you've been working on or what you've been building, there can be some support and some inspiration that can come from some of your colleagues. So surround yourself with people that are going to feel supportive and inspiring, and it's going to benefit you. All right, so that's your August 2025 horoscope. I hope it's helpful for you guys. Obviously, this month is all about balancing moves with inner clarity. Drop me a comment below. I'd love to hear how you guys are doing with this month's energy. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and sharing is caring. You also want to make sure that you check out your sun, moon, and rising predictions. You got to look at all 3 videos to kind of get a general insight as to what's going to be going on this month. And make sure you guys are subscribed. You want to stay in the know with some of the eclipses that are going to be coming next month in September. Now you can see more about me and my work, book a personal reading, pick up a personal transit calendar, or I teach astrology as well as tarot. So check out the links below. Head over to my website at beyondtheveiltarot.com. Until then, I'll see you guys the next month. I hope August is a beautiful month for you.